Your "we will never speak of this again" moment. 1. My very overweight cousin once fell on the family cat and accidentally killed it. No one said a word. They just quietly took the cat away, and it was never mentioned again. 2. While working for the local church's prisoner outreach program, my grandmother met a female inmate with whom she fell in love. Upon the inmate's release, she and my grandma planned to run away together. Unfortunately, the inmate locked my grandma in a closet and made off with all the money she'd liquidated from her savings account. That's why my grandma had to work as a lunch lady at my middle school, and why we financially supported her for the rest of her life. We never speak of it. 3. My dad took me to see the movie Face/Off when I was 7. As we walked out of the theater, he put his arm around my shoulder and said, "Never, ever tell your mother we saw that movie." I never have. 4. When I was 13, we went to the mall after having pizza for lunch. I was browsing shoes when I felt what I thought was a fart coming on. I let it out, and immediately realized I had made a horrible mistake. Something wet hit my shoe. I had shorts on and had just pooped on my shoe in the floor. I left the store, walked straight out of the mall, and sat on a bench outside until my parents found me. We went home, and I threw away my clothes. We've never spoken of it since. 5. I was wingman for a buddy at a bar in Toronto. He had pretty much sealed the deal with a really cute girl when I overheard her say, "I just need to check with my friend real quick." Her friend, the one I was distracting 12 feet away, was, well, less than appealing. Without thinking, I interrupted her mid-sentence and kissed her. It was a full-on commitment of a kiss, and to my surprise, she reciprocated. I heard the cute girl say, "Oops, never mind." My buddy started laughing, and they left together. I immediately texted him, "Never speak of that." 6. About 6 years ago, my best friend and I went to a club, one of the hottest places to be seen at the time. She struggled with her weight her whole life. We finally found a place to sit, a small booth with a bench in the middle. I sat on the booth, and she sat down on the bench. The bench broke loudly, and she fell to the floor, spilling her drink and trying to fight back tears. She bolted out of the club. I ran to find the manager and told him that I had broken the bench and that it should be removed before someone tripped. He apologized and comped my tab. I found my friend outside by the car. We drove to our favorite dive bar and never spoke of it again. That was 11 years ago. 7. My wife and I were visiting my cousin in the city. They live in an apartment on the 40-something floor. We were out on the balcony, drinking beers and getting a little tipsy. My wife rested her beer can on the balcony railing. I scolded her, worried it might fall, and reached to move it. But, in my half-drunk clumsiness, I knocked it off. We watched in horror as the can fell 40 stories, slicing through the air like a bullet, and landed with a sharp crack, just inches away from a crowd of people on the street below. We slowly backed away from the railing, went back inside, and never told anyone. 8. When I was 17, a photo radar ticket arrived in the mail for my truck, 40 kilometers over the speed limit. My mom was furious. "How dare you drive like a maniac? I raised you better." But the truth was, I hadn't been driving. My dad had borrowed my truck that day. I casually asked him how much it was worth to him for me to take the blame, knowing my mom would unleash pure rage on him if she found out. That's how I ended up with a brand new TV that year.